This your boy Hog here with the Haters Real podcast. Now let's get into it. Now we want to talk about that situation where it was 4 Americans, but 4 Black Americans who went to Mexico. And they supposed to be going to Mexico because one of the 4, she was going to go get a BBL and she'd been there before. Okay, but the story is kind of not adding up. But let me continue. How do the cartel pull up behind the vehicle, then drive into the vehicle, and then shoot the car up? Then 2 of them start running. Then they end up throwing that female on top of that, on the back of the truck. And the other person, they got them too. So this story is not adding up. It sounded like they were looking for some bricks. They were looking to come back and get on top. They wanted to fentanyl, bring all the drugs so they get that money. They wanted to be BMF around here. Feel me? Also, you gotta understand that in Mexico, they have safe zones. Just like in America, we got safe zones. We got some bad zones that you know you shouldn't even be around. And like in Mexico, they have safe zones. And in the safe zones, you know you're good. You can go to Cancun, you could be chilling. But this situation just don't sound right. How you gonna go to Mexico and it's like you driving through the highway to hell? It just don't add up. So it's been a proven fact that 3 of these individuals, like 3 individuals that was in the car, in the van, 3 out of 4, they drove over 1,000 miles to Mexico. And on top of that, they all had crimes or they all had backgrounds or history of drugs. So that let you know they was going over there to get them bricks. They thought, oh, okay, we're gonna be able to go over here and go get the plug. Instead, they didn't get the plug. They plugged them with shots. So the 2 that survived, they ought to be glad that they survived. But at the end of the day, this whole situation ain't adding up. They went to go get that work. They wanted to go back to their hometown, their city, and say, you know what, we got that drop. And like, really, you gotta read between the lines, because if you look at what they were saying on the news and monitor what the news anchor was saying, that basically the cartel, they basically thought that they was Haitian smugglers. So why in the world did they think they was Haitian smugglers when they was just driving, taking turns driving back and forth 1,000 miles to Mexico? There's more to the story. That's all I'm saying. So to me, it really just seemed like when they got there, it wasn't no BBL situation. It wasn't no Brazilian butler situation. It was get them bricks. So something had to go on with 5 of the individuals of the cartel, and they had a situation with a couple of the 4. And a couple of the 4 that they had a problem with was 2 of them. So let's get this correct. They wasn't in a car. They was in a white van. They drove a white van. I think it was some North Carolina plates or something like that. South Carolina plates, and drove all the way there. So, you know what I mean? And then at the same time, they probably look intimidating to the cartels. And something happened in that conversation and shots started ringing. And if you can see, they was trailing them at first. So for a cartel to give up 5 individuals that was in the organization is because, you know, they was trying to make some money on the side or something and not gonna let the cartel know about it. So something went wrong. So when they did the meetup, something went wrong. Shots started ringing. So more to the story is gonna come out. And we know that more to the story is gonna come out. So we just gotta keep paying attention. Hey, the news anchor, the FBI, they gonna put the situation out there. But still at the end of the day, nobody deserves to die. So RIP to people that lost their life. It's sad. I heard that during a gunfire, that a Hispanic woman, she lost her life, so RIP to her. But at the end of the day, the cartel, they did something that real gangsters don't even do. They gave up 5 of the individuals that had something to do with that. So, big shout out to the cartel, because you know what? They want American money to keep flooding. They want the tourists to keep coming, because you know what? Mexico is getting rich. So at the end of the day, the cartel and government, they don't need to keep bumping heads. So that will let you know you can't be trying to do deals, because it's a chain of command. So you trying to meet the plug, and the person you think the plug, they ain't the plug. You meet lower turf people, goons, and they basically came after you. They wanted everything. So you know what? This your boy Hog here with the Hate Is Real podcast. Get at your boy. Yeah.
Y'all ain't never been to Mexico. Y'all ain't know what it's like in Mexico.
New video obtained by CNN from inside the vehicle of 4 Americans just prior to their kidnapping in Mexico.
Hola!
The Americans shown and heard on Facebook Live just after they crossed into Mexico from the United States. A government source told CNN the purpose of the visit was for Latavia Washington McGee to obtain a medical procedure. But they never made it. A timeline from Mexican officials indicated that about 2 hours after entering the country, a gray Volkswagen Jetta starts to tail the Americans' van.
Now let's get into this shit right here. Yeah.